Did you hear us already?
Not yet.
Can I see?
Don't show the label.
It's
We're broadcasting.
we're live. We're live? Oh, hi. How's it going?
And then that's me for you.
They just told us we're on now.
On camera.
Where's that fog
Awkward.
machine? What kind of words can we use and not use?
Well, no, what
I
you're
think we're
saying.
free to use whatever
What
words you
you're
want.
saying, which I appreciate.
Yes.
Is flatulence
Internet.
perfectly acceptable?
Internet's free.
Internet's free.
Right.
Can I not do this then?
Yeah.
Turn that around. Oh, what's that?
Well, don't ever say what it is. I don't know his drink. When I do, I prefer drink.
You're going here? Okay, I gotta get
Awkward. We're live, buddy.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Okay, well.
You gotta come say hi, Larry.
Tell everybody I said hello.
Larry says hi.
Larry says hi.
So,
It's a Twitter master.
I wish I could see them, too.
Why don't you introduce yourselves?
We need no introduction. If you're watching this, you know exactly who we are.
And who exactly we're not.
That was profound. I like that. So there's going to be a lot of questions that come through from fans, so we're going to try to keep up with them as they come in,
Okay.
Cool.
if you can handle it. Are you ready?
We can handle it.
Okay. So let's do a couple easy questions. There was one that came in. Name a couple of the tracks from your new album that you would like to speak about and explain what they are about.
Zach, you want to take that?
Man, we're so proud of the entire album, but I think the song that really captures everything, if you had to sum up everything in one song, I think Save Me. It's heavy, it's melodic, it's dark, it's haunting, it's adventurous, lyrically, it's very powerful. I think that's a great song and kind of sums up the entire overall feeling of the album. But there's so many just really magical songs.
I think another one that people don't talk about much is Victim. It's got that Pink Floyd feel to it, and it's a very emotional, dark, moody song. It's got one of my favorite guitar solos on the record. Good job, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
And I didn't have to sing half of it, which is cool. It was that was actually Johnny Christ.
Yep.
Pinches nuts a little bit, and
I could get
He
up
sings
there.
like that.
I could get up there.
Pat him on the popo.
so Victim and Save Me are definitely two of my favorite songs.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'd like to talk a little bit about Save Me as well, because I really like that song. I think the good old Rev, the late, the great, brought us that foundation, and it was pretty unbelievable. And he was really proud of it too, because he never really thought that he could write for Avenged Sevenfold a few years ago. You know, he came from this different kind of thing, and then we just, you know, started exploring with different genres of music or whatever, and that kind of allowed him to do his own sort of thing. But I think Save Me, he was so proud of, because he thought that it was, you know, a quintessential Avenged Sevenfold song, and kind of just summed up, like Zachy was saying, exactly what we are, you know. And he came up with the foundation to that song, and he was very, very proud of it, and I was very proud of him for doing that. But Fiction definitely is a very impactful song. To me, it makes perfect sense that a guy like that, my best friend, just this perfect being to me, a genius, a legend, comes up. The last thing he writes for the record is basically, you know, a self-prophecy of his own death, and pretty much saying goodbye to us. I just think that's absolutely brilliant, and one of his greatest, you know, final gifts and farewells.
Okay, next question. Can you tell us about the cover art that you have for Nightmare, how it came about, and what does it mean to Avenged Sevenfold?
think, I mean, the art's really important to all of us because it's what captures, you know, what we're feeling visually. And I think at that time, for me personally, I was really focused on capturing the spirit and the mood of the album, which was dark because of the circumstances. I just wanted it to, you know, for me personally, have the feeling when you see it of how I felt every night when I would wake up with horrible nightmares and walk around through my house, you know, that's pitch black except for, you know, the moonlight, and you just have like a bad feeling. You wake up because you can't sleep, having horrible nightmares, and I think it really captures that. And these guys, you know, helped push it in a direction that they liked, you know. So I don't know. A lot of talk, little answer.
You sound like Dracula. You're like, when I would walk around my house late at night with just the moonlight, I was like, oh my God. I would play my organ.
You unbutton another button.
I think the artwork's amazing. I'm really proud of it. I think, you know, Zachy was designing it for a long time, and we did a lot of cool little things. It's classic artwork, you know. It's got the Grim Reaper death bat. It's got the Rev's grave there, and like you said, it encompasses a lot of the feelings we were having in it. And it's, you know, it's a very dark and moody artistic expression as well as the music. So
Some
there
hot
it is.
11-year-old flesh.
Yeah, the next question is actually coming from Mike, who's in New York. Originally, I read that in a magazine, Nightmare was supposed to be a concept record. Could you explain more about the concept and how that happened?
Is this Mike Portnoy asking this question?
Mike Portnoy coming in.
Yeah, the concept wasn't completely written out yet. I knew it was going to have to do with disconnect from religion and society and what was going on in the world at the time, and still is. You know, a lot of the great concept albums such as The Wall and Operation Mindcrime and Tommy and all these records have these great conceptual adventures that they take you through, and I really wanted that with our record because I wanted to speak with not only the music but lyrically on one subject and not necessarily have all these random songs that ended up becoming an album. And me and Jimmy were really and even everybody, actually, I had asked everybody for help on it, and Jimmy was really interested in getting involved in trying to write this concept, and he's got such a crazy brain that, you know, like I really wanted to see what he was going to come up with and kind of go off that. You can kind of throw things at Jimmy and he'll always come up with something in completely left field but brilliant. So I couldn't really tell you exactly what the concept was going to be, but I know that I wrote the lyrics for Nightmare because that's how I wanted the record to start out, and it was setting up the perfect, I guess, setting for what was going to eventually become the concept. That disconnect from the real world. Obviously, the person was going to wake up from a dream, or maybe not.
Obviously, or maybe not.
Well, the reason I say maybe not is because I was actually going to try to make it at first become obvious it was a dream, and then it wasn't going to be. Because how lame is it when everyone wakes up from a dream?
Yeah.
Not
So
lame at all unless you're bathed in the morning moonlight.
not lame at all. So you know, it wasn't really there yet, and it became a concept in another way, you know, through Jimmy's death, unfortunately.
The song Lost It All is considered a non-album bonus track. Why isn't it considered just part of the original overall album?
Because you got to have a non-album bonus track.
Yep. Because our
That's
label
easy.
wanted it.
We wanted our album to be a compendium of songs that fit perfectly into a mood and a structure and a format that we felt represented the album Nightmare perfectly. And those songs just kind of, when you stuck them in between different songs, they just didn't fit, you know. And when you listen to an Avenged Sevenfold record, you're supposed to listen to it from front to back, you know. And that's why that we really work hard in making an album that runs smoothly and goes through, you know, the crazy ebbs and flows of the tide that do all these crazy kind of adventurous things. And and it just didn't fit. So that's the
Yeah, we had Lost It All in another one, and you put it anywhere in that record, and it just kind of broke up the feel and the vibe of it. And there'll be kids that disagree, and
they're wrong.
Boss.
But we're the boss. Get it out of here.
Yeah.